Hello, everyone. This is the most magnificent bird, Beak, speaking to you today. And in today's video, not only will I be going over the calendar in this calendar review, I'm also going to be discussing what went down in the NFL wild card round. But I'll definitely talk about that after we get done with the calendar. And I also want to talk about some rumors involving Tom Brady that I hope are not true. But all the NFL stuff we'll get to once I get done with the calendar. And before we get started, I hope all of you are doing good and staying safe out there. I'm doing alright, and I'm staying safe for the most part, and hopefully all of you had a good weekend. My weekend was pretty good, and before we begin, you know what? Nah, I think it'll be good. I'm just looking at my battery there. But enough of me just babbling on. I think we should go ahead and jump into the calendar, shall we? First up on the agenda is a solo level up tournament that will be starting on Monday, January 16th, and that's going to be until Thursday, January 19th. Then we have a solo raid tournament that's also going to be starting on Monday, January 16th, and that's going to be until Wednesday, January 18th. Then we have a solo survival road tournament that's going to be starting on Wednesday, January 18th, and that's going to be until Friday, January 20th. Then we have another solo level up tournament that's going to be starting on Thursday, January 19th, and that's going to be until Sunday, January 22nd. Then we have the continuation of the Trainer Frenzy, and that's going to be going on for exactly 2 weeks until January 30th. Then we have the War of Champions that's going to be starting on Friday, January 20th until Sunday, January 22nd. And for all of the people that aren't in War of Champions, all of us, the rest of us peasants, have a cross-region war that's also going to be starting on Friday, January 20th, and that's going to be until Sunday, January 22nd. So, so there was one more thing before we get to the NFL stuff. So this Friday, I'm supposed to be having going to a dentist appointment, so after that happens, I don't know if I'm going to be doing, I don't know if I'm going to be uploading any content next week. Just depends on how much pain I'm in, because I'm supposed to be getting my 4 wisdom teeth taken out. So, unless something changes, I wouldn't expect any content from me probably all next week. So I'm just letting you guys know on that. I was supposed to have that appointment last month, but hopefully we go ahead and get that done and get that out of the way. Now that I got all of that out of the way, let's talk about the NFL. Okay, before we talk about the wild card round, let's talk about these rumors addressing Tom Brady. There's a rumor apparently going around that he potentially could be joining the Miami Dolphins. Oh man, Tom Brady on the Miami Dolphins. I hope to God that rumor is not true, because I'm honestly gonna feel conflicted, like, really bad, because I like Tom Brady, but I don't like the Dolphins. I'm like, oh no, please, Tom Brady, I don't want that for you. Oh man, because I'm like, dang, I've never liked the Dolphins, but I'm like, my former quarterback is now on that team. But let's just, oh man, I don't know. What do you guys think about Tom Brady potentially joining the Miami Dolphins? If you have any thoughts on that, let me know. Now, let's talk about the wild card round. So, the San Francisco 49ers, they pretty much dominated the Seattle Seahawks. The score was 41-23. I got that pick right. Then we come to the Los Angeles Chargers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm going to be honest, I didn't feel all that positive picking the Chargers to win that game, because I don't think either the Chargers or Jaguars are going to go all that far. And yeah, the Jacksonville Jaguars, they did win that game exactly by 1 point. They won it 31-30. And the Chargers, they were dominating that whole first half. I don't know what happened. I guess they went back to the locker room and took shots of NyQuil, the Chargers that is, and I guess they forgot they had another half to play, and they just let Jacksonville come on back and beat them barely by 1 point. I feel bad for the Chargers fan base that had to go through that. That game was totally in the Chargers' bag. It absolutely was, and I don't know, it's absurd, but yeah, so I got that pick wrong. So far I'm 1-1 on my picks. Okay, so with that, the 49ers, let's see, well, I don't know who they're going to play yet, but with that, the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to be playing the Kansas City Chiefs next week. Okay, so let's go on over there to the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins. And I picked the Buffalo Bills to win this game. I did say that the Buffalo Bills were going to win that game by at least 21 points or more. Well, while that score prediction was wrong, I still got the pick of who I thought was going to win the game correct. The Buffalo Bills ended up winning 34-31, and that means the Buffalo Bills are getting another home game next week. So I'm 2-1 on my picks. Now, talking about the Minnesota Vikings and New York Giants. Well, I'll be honest, I did pick the Minnesota Vikings to beat the New York Giants, and I honestly had a little bit more faith in the Vikings winning at least one playoff game. I had more faith in them winning than I think their actual fan base had in them winning. Because, I mean, I've seen all kinds of people trashing Kirk Cousins on that final throw he threw on a 4th down and 8, which, honestly, I don't know what the heck he was doing. I mean, I can't blame them for trash talking him, because Kirk Cousins initially cost the Vikings a chance to move on. So, yeah, the New York Giants won that game 31-24, so I'm 2-2 on my picks so far. Thank you, Chargers and Vikings, for that. But anyway, okay, the next game, and that game just literally ended about 20 minutes ago, something like that. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens, and the Cincinnati Bengals won that game 24-17. So that means the Cincinnati Bengals are taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Jacksonville Jaguars are taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And the New York Giants are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. There's still one game left to play between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but that game doesn't come on until tomorrow night, and I'll definitely talk about the result of that game one way or another in my next video. But I'll say I'm 100% sure that Tampa Bay is going to be winning that game. So that's the only game that still has yet to be played. And no matter who wins between Dallas and Tampa Bay, the winner of that game is going to be playing the San Francisco 49ers. So, okay, let me go into who I think is going to win the next set of games that have already been determined. Okay, who do I think is going to win between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Kansas City Chiefs? You know, that was an impressive win by Jacksonville, but I don't think they're going much further. I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Jaguars. Yeah, I just don't see Jacksonville pulling off another miracle, especially against the caliber of Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So, yeah, I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs to move on to the championship game. Now, who do I think is going to win between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills? You know what? Give me the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm saying that just because I think they're a really good team and just because I really don't like Buffalo, but I got to pick someone. I'm not picking Buffalo. So, yeah, definitely give me not Kansas City for that one, but give me Cincinnati. So, yeah, my picks are, I think Kansas City Chiefs are going to be moving on, and I think the Cincinnati Bengals are going to move on. Now, this pick might be a wild one, but get ready for this. Who am I going to pick between the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants? You know what? Give me those New York Giants to beat the Philadelphia Eagles there. I said it. You have me literally recorded saying that I think the New York Giants are going to beat the number 1 seeded Philadelphia Eagles. I think for all of those games that the Eagles were winning, I think that was all hype to get their fan base excited. And next week, I think the New York Giants are going to run all over them in a pretty tight game. I don't think they're going to run away with it, but I would say they're probably going to beat the Eagles in a 7-point game, maybe less, something like that. So, yeah, give me the New York Giants. And I'm not really going to make a prediction on the San Francisco game yet because they don't have an opponent at this moment. So, it's either going to be between, the Dallas Cowboys and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, I'll definitely make a pick on that once that game is actually finalized. So, yeah, just to rerun my picks real quick, I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs over the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking the Cincinnati Bengals over the Buffalo Bills. And I'm taking the New York Giants over the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'll definitely tell you who I think is going to win when San Francisco 49ers, when they have an opponent, and that's most likely going to be on my next video. So, yeah, my picks weren't too horrible. 3-2 so far. Hopefully, I go 4-2 because I did pick Tampa Bay over Dallas. I'm 100% sure I'll be 4-2, but who knows? Maybe I just jinxed myself and something weird's going to happen tomorrow night. But I feel pretty confident in picking Tampa Bay over Dallas. Because Dak Prescott he's a mid quarterback to mediocre. I just don't see him beating Tom Brady. But yeah, my picks, this week in the NFL was it was interesting for sure. That's a word I would use. And I don't think I have much else left to say. So yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and for your continued support. Or if you're new, welcome in for the first time. All of you are very awesome, and I thank you again. And don't forget to hit the bell and switch on all notifications so you know the second I upload to YouTube. I am Beak, and I'm gonna go fly away back to my nest. Until next time, bye guys.